it was this. I wasn't Bonnie Howell, CEO, Cuba Medical Center, on Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday, you get the picture. I was Bonnie Howell, CEO, always. If I went out to my kids stopped shopping with me because every time I wanted to go to Wegmans, it took us half a day to get through because people would stop me and say, you know, I was in the emergency room the other night. And blah, 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 blah. So it became my identity. And I walked around. And I was actually, the advantage of it was this. I'm pretty introverted, pretty shy. I like, you know, just being quietly in my own space with my own peoples. But I put on the Bonnie Howell CEO cloak. And I could be the person I needed to be to fill that role. So if I was invited to Betsy's party, because she's a party girl this weekend, if I was invited to Betsy's party as Bonnie Howell CEO, I had a grand time. Well, she thought I had a grand time anyway. But if she invited me over as Bonnie Howell, the lady with kids, Bonnie Howell, oh man, I did not know how to act. And when I left on my way to New Island, it was not only a retirement, it was an identity crisis. And these points that I'm taking off, I open my practice and my heart to people who go through the same thing. And that's the part that I didn't learn in school. That's the experience part of being a coach at this point in my life. Don't worry, I won't take this one out. Then a year, or a little after a year, a little more than a year after I retired on my way to Weewell Island, I had a car accident. I was driving, you all know this area, and it gets the black ice situation. I was traveling the Boyce Road on my way over to Cuba Medical Center for something or another. And I hit the brake at the wrong time, went off the road on black ice, ran into a tree, had to call AAA to come get me. Oh, I didn't actually, the guys whose tree I ran into called them. And it took me to CMC. And while I was there, I discovered that I had broken my shoulder and my knee and my ankle. Oh. And I thought, my God, this really stinks. I just retired. I'm ready to play golf and do stuff. That's the worst thing that could possibly have happened. But because it's a great emergency department, well worth waiting for, they said, you know, the airbag will go off. I said, yes, it did. Hit you in the head. Yes, it did. Well, maybe just to be on the safe side, we better do a CT scan. Shorten the story down, they found a lemon-sized brain tumor. I had no symptoms. Now, as I look back on it, I can say, yeah, that was probably because of that. But at the time, I had no symptoms. Lemon-sized brain tumor that was discovered because I had a car accident. So I stopped believing in accidents. Now I believe that everything that happens for a reason. And I try to open my heart to, this may seem like this on the surface, but I have to wait and see. Wait and see. I'm sitting in a traffic jam or a long line, like you folks were telling me about Portland. Yeah? Coming here from Portland, running into construction, all those things. I used to be an awful road rage person because I had stuff I needed to do. Now I say, I first I breathe, and I say, I don't know what I missed. While I'm sitting here, I don't know what I missed. I don't beat myself up. I should have gone through Dragnet around that way because, you know, that'd be better. Don't know what I missed. And it's wonderfully peaceful, the hard way to get it. But anyway, I survived. Yes, I did. I'm standing here and I could be a whole lot worse than I am. There have been times in my life when I've said, you know what, the person who lay down on that operating room table, that person didn't survive. The person who got up from that table, somebody I didn't even know. That's the down days. It changed me physically, mentally, and emotionally. And sometimes, you know how you go back and forth in emotions, feeling sorry for myself. Next slide, ma'am. Then, on top of those things that have happened, I have 3 lovely daughters, 2 of my own and one I raised of my brother's who passed away when she was 9 months old, so I have 3 daughters. Can you read what that shirt says, Debbie?
I can't.
And you probably
Oh,
can't.
wait.
Bad girl, gone mom.
Gone mom.
Bad girl, gone mom, right? I relished that role. I love that t-shirt. I threatened to wear that to my daughter's wedding, but I didn't. You know how close I came to right there? It's like me, isn't it? I love being in that role. And when the kids went off, and I wasn't the CEO, I didn't know who the heck I was. So I did this famous behavior right here. If you're thinking about it, talk to me, please. Exercise your option to see me for free. The geographical cure. I went for beautiful Cuba Lake. I'm there swimming with my friends in beautiful Cuba Lake, because I swim in it. I don't care what y'all say. And I moved to the greater New York area. Boy, that'll cure anything that ails you, won't it? Talk about reinventing yourself. Absolutely, I could have done it there, and I did. I wanted to be in Manhattan, but I couldn't afford it. That's the truth. I don't put all the whole truth on those slides because, you know, it's too worried. I didn't really take a wrong turn, but my finances put me in Jersey City, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. That's a view out my window in the condo. Beautiful place. But I didn't have anything to do. They don't sort of have signs say, wanted, old CEO. Can't play golf for Sikkim. Wants to do something meaningful. So, what do we do when we're in my generation, when we have to reinvent ourselves? Most of you are too young to know the answer to this question. Go back to school. That's what we do, isn't it? Yes. So I did. Yes. We were talking about this earlier. I finished my doctoral degree. I picked up another degree in pastoral counseling because I was raised Southern Baptist. Didn't work out for me. May work out for other people, didn't work out for me. But I'm a very spiritual person. And I wanted to have a counseling degree. And in many ways you can call yourself a counselor if that was the way I chose. I became certified as an integrative life coach, and I'll talk more about that later. I was always interested in hypnotherapy. And because I was in the greater New York area, you can easily take a night course in hypnotherapy. So I did. Don't worry, I can't hypnotize you from here. and get more cookies. And I like the idea of biofeedback, so I was certified in that. I spent my time wisely, didn't make a dime down there, but nevertheless, off we go. Now I'm back in Ithaca. Hello, hello. As part of the sandwich generation. Tell me, you know what sandwich generation is?
No.
No? All right. See that picture way over there? That's what we all signed up for, right? The good life. Lovely children. I did what I was supposed to do as a Southern Baptist girl. I signed up for that. Raise my kids. I'm done. Oh, not so quickly. Can you make that picture very clear? That's my mother. My lovely mother, 93 years old. And she cannot be by herself anymore, so I'm back in Ithaca because she needs me. If you could see that picture, you'd see that in my mother's face is a German Shepherd dog.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, and what I like to say is, well, I didn't like being the sandwich generation, so I hired a dog to watch my mother.
And a good friend.
And she loves them, huh?
Well, I mean, that picture, the dog is trying to get her dinner, so not so much. I had to go back because I just live for the laugh. All right, next slide, ma'am. Back in Ithaca, not as Bonnie Howell CEO, but as Bonnie Howell coach and counselor. Now, you remember that part I said in Ithaca. Did I just tell you that, or did I tell everybody about what you need to be cool in New York City? I just told you that, right? All right, you have to listen again. In New York City, in the greater New York area, you only need two, yes ma'am?
Yonkers.
Yay, Yonkers. You will get this. You won't relate to it, but you will get it. You need two things to be cool in Manhattan. A little dog that fits in your purse. Is that, am I telling the truth?
How about in here?
And a coach. A little dog and a coach, a life coach. Everybody has one, so, you know, the big guys like Deepak Chopra, I have, my book is what those of you who sign up for a visit tonight get for free, and I'll autograph it for you. But anyway, people like Deepak, too busy. So we get I'll take Deepak Chopra's leftover clients any day, right? So I had plenty of clients. Back in Ithaca, I went to a women's networking event. It was a lovely event, but after 10 years being away from Ithaca, I walk in a room at the Holiday Inn, and I know not one single person. Boy, was that hard on me. But where did all my peeps? They're gone. Well, that was strike one. So then we were sitting around, we're having lunch, we're, you know, networking, and decided to go around the room and say what we did. 20 women in the room, 5 of them were coaches. Welcome home. This is that kind of town, isn't it? So, I have to differentiate myself. I don't want to go head to head and say I'm the very best coach in Ithaca, because I may very well not be. I have no idea. But I do know that I have a certain skill set, certain life experience and education that will appeal to some. And all I have to do is find them. So, Ms. Debbie here said, you come here, I'll get my people to come in. I think if I do this kind of thing, maybe I can reinvent myself as Bonnie Howell, coach and counselor. And if any of you have reinvented yourself and you want to give me your best advice, I will listen to it. Bonnie Howell, from consultant to coach. I was CEO, you know about that part. And then the first thing that retired CEOs and others do, if they want to go back to work, is they consult with people. Be a consultant. You know, it's the people who go in, tell you everything that's wrong and what you should do about it, and then leave. I hated it. I had a partner who I'd worked with in another context, didn't like it. So I decided from changing big stuff, helping fix organizations, that I could only fix me. And if I was going to have an influence, if I was going to have a calling in this world at this time, it would be helping, don't take this personal, it would be helping you fix you while I fix me. One person at a time. And I have a luxury, the luxury of being old and not having anything to prove, because my kids are through college and all. And I'm at that point in my life that if I'm careful, and I have people who hate me to say this, but I'm going to say it to you all anyway, I want to make a difference, not a fortune. And I apologize if that's offensive. I know everybody's not in that spot, and especially our young people in this day, and I see them, it's heartbreaking to watch. I was kidding about the age group that I never thought would have any interest in letting me coach them. Young men in college, or just out of college or early in their careers. The rules changed. mother's generation. If you made it through high school, you made it. That was all you need to do, especially as a woman. You made it through college, in my generation, you're set. That's all you have to do, get your bachelor's degree. That's it. You won. Not these kids. Not that way. That's the luxury of age and experience of helping people get through things that my kids went through, but maybe not me. And I came to this concept. People will, they'll say, Bonnie, my home life is terrific, but I hate my job. Or, I have a great job, it's the dream job, but because it takes so many hours and all, my home life is falling apart. I never see my kids. And this is the tagline for me and for the evening, I hope. I say to them, if your home life isn't going well, it is affecting your job. I promise you that. And if your career is on the skids, you don't know whether tomorrow may be pink slip or whatever, it's affecting your home life. Yeah. So I tell them, I will coach you if you will understand that you have but one precious life. And I'm not talking about whether you believe in hereafter or not. I'm talking about what we're living right now, one precious, connected life. And if they say yes to that question, well, I'd probably coach them anyway and try to convince them that that's true. And I tried it the other way. When I started out, Debbie, I talked to you about this, I did career coaching because I liked that. And invariably, people would bring in their family. This was happening in the family. You can't. If people are open with you, there were little zones. And my approach in going along with One Precious Life is, you're unique. There's not another one like you in the whole world. Bless your heart. Same with you, yeah, everybody. So I'm not going to give you a cookie cutter approach, even though I make you say, yes, I believe I have one precious life. Beyond that, it's all you. I will work with you, and I will not let go of you unless you want to be let go of, until you found the unique program that works for you. That is my commitment. Individualized program. Debbie, you're doing so well at this.
Is it time?
It is time. So, now, I don't know how I'm doing on time, but Debbie's supposed to give me the sign that it's morning. It's only 12 slides, I promise. Integrated conversational coaching. What is that? By gosh. Integrated conversational coaching means we sit down, one-on-one, and we talk. And it's integrated the way I just told you it was. I don't care if today you want to talk about your career and next week you want to talk about your awful teenage son who you never wanted to begin with. Bless his heart. Oh, bless his heart. You know about that? In the north, when we say, bless his heart, we mean, I like you, it's all right, everything's going to be fine. In the south, when they say, bless her heart, that means, and makes she die immediately and go straight to, bless her heart. It's a negator. If I say something awful and I say, bless your heart right after it, it's okay. We should develop something like that in the north. We could use one of those negators. You could do that. All right, I digress. Hypnosis. Everybody's seen somebody hypnotized on at least the Ed Sullivan, that's what long time ago. That's probably not on anymore, it's Betsy. All right, Sarah. You've seen hypnotists on stage before, right? Or on TV or something, hypnotists on stage. They make you run around and bark like a dog or whatever chickens do. Yeah, ridiculous, isn't it? Those people gave us all a bad name. Hypnosis works therapeutically. It works because your conscious mind only holds 12% of what you know. And not even that for very long. The rest of it, Karen, help me if I do the math wrong here. The other 88% is she's my finance person. Don't worry, I tell everybody you were 5 when you started. Didn't I go limits, did I? All right, so 88% subconscious. And in that wonderful subconscious place is everything you ever knew, saw, heard. It's all there. And sometimes